Hello, and welcome back to the fish locker out on the rocks. Well, see the rod behind me, I'm just in the process of setting up. It's not a bad day for it today. We're down here bang on low tide. I'm going to fish the flood. Wind at the moment is very gently running in our faces. It's going to end up going northerly and then going to, at the end, facing that way. I've got one of my baits pretty much out where you can see those gig rowers there. Typical. And all I've got is Lizzie set up just down the way, fishing float for mackerel or garfish. Now, we haven't seen any mackerel topping or any garfish yet, so what I might do is I'm going to collect some of these little mussels and just make a 2 down float rig with some little tiny like size 6 bait holder hooks or something like that, because while it's still calm, I don't know if you can see, but while it's still calm there is quite a lot of kelp and rock, which is the perfect place to catch wrasse and little pollock. So I'll maybe knock up a couple of little traces and shaking fish like that until the mackerel and the garfish come on. Now the rods that I've got out here are just my simple up and over rigs, and I've got on this one I've got garfish at the moment. I've got a garfish bait on like a 3 foot hook length with I think 4 row Cocks and Roll specimens. Now I'm after a ray or a bullus or a dogfish. Yeah, any luck, we'll show you some fish. Right, well, like I said, I knocked up a little 2 down float rig for Lizzie to fish just down in here, and all I did was I just got a couple of limpets and mussels and just shook them and just put a little bit of mussel on and a little bit of limpet on the hooks. Just set it at about 6 foot depth, so just at what I estimated to be just above where all the kelp and rocks are, and she didn't have to wait long. Come on, mate, up there with the a cracking ballan wrasse, isn't it? Now you can see just a 2 down float rig, and all I did here was I just did a twisted boom, size 6 bait holders, tucked him right in the scissors. But yeah, cracking result, wasn't it? I thought it should come snag first of all, because when float went down it buried itself into a snag. But just by changing the angle on it, I managed to get it out. It was well hooked. There we go. What was it? Just a little size 6 bait holder. You've had some pretty good wrasse from the shore before, haven't you? Down off pay marks. But we're going. Yeah, that's all it was. Look, just a sliding float rig. Dead simple, and it is set about 6 foot. Right, all I've been doing is just scraping around for some of these in the rock pools, and all you need to do is you take your knife, and there's like a little crease. If you put the mussel down on the floor and just press the knife into the crease like that, they open up, and if you just twist the blade you can pop them open. And then all you do is you just slide the knife along the inside, scrape all the meat out. Now, that's what you get. That's quite a tough part there. If you just kind of scrape your knife along the inside like that, there's your bait. And all you do is there's a couple of different parts to this mussel. If you get a chance to have a look at them properly, they actually have a little tongue. That's quite tough. So you just thread the hook through a few times. Just thread it, twist it over, thread it, turn it over, thread it, turn it over. There you go, just like that. And they're a killer for like wrasse, pouting, whiting, any little fish that's hiding about in the rocks. Just a simple float method's actually working pretty well. Now this isn't a sliding float, this is a float that's locked into a piece. So I've set this to fish at around about 3 feet, and it's just the same garfish setup, that I'm using. All I've got is I've just got a size 4 Cox and Roll bait holder hook with a little strip of mackerel belly, just like a long slither, and I've actually got a couple of loomy beads. Now I like using these loomy beads. Look, it's picking up. I think some nice little mackerel. That's going to work perfect for bait, so I'm going to get that filleted off and it's sent out on one of them. It's a good sign. Now, generally, when I was younger anyway, it used to be the case, you used to pick up the better mackerel on the float and the smaller ones on the spinner. But I suppose you can only catch what's there, and there are an awful lot of small ones around at the minute. It's working though. Real simple method of catching garfish and mackerel. We're just fishing away with the floats nicely. Still got 2 baits out. So. And how did you get it? You're just slowly winding in, making the little bait kind of swim through the water. I picked up another nice little mackerel. So yeah, that's all it was. Now still they're not massive, but they're perfect for bait size. Just had a real nice slack line bite. Whatever it was, it's not there now. Yeah, that slack line bite resulted in this. So, my personal opinion is that it was bullets, because they're notorious for holding a bait in their mouth, and as soon as you put any resistance on, they just open it up. That was pretty much 3/4 of a full mackerel. That's what's left. So, keep trying. Get baited up and I get shot back out. Well, still waiting for something to pick the bigger baits up again. Fishing with my sliding float, but I've only nipped it right in, so I'm only fishing. The bottom one's probably about 3 foot down. Second one's maybe 1.5 foot below the surface. And yeah, another little garfish. Now I'd cast my float out about maybe 50-60 yards, and I saw a garfish swirl on the surface when I cast out. So I thought, oh, winding real slowly, and it followed it, and I saw it try and hit the float a couple of times. So I cast out again, and it did it twice, and it was just the 3rd time I managed to get it. And all I did was I just cast out, and I just slowly wound it in, just so you could see that the float was just moving along the surface, and the 2 baits were just following behind it as if like they were little fish swimming. Yeah, it was straight on it. Crackers, aren't they? I've been cycling the baits out, and that is after 25-30 minutes. As you can see, it's pretty much untouched. So yeah, the bites have just completely dried up. Not even any crabs anymore. I've stuck like a little scratching bait just down by my feet, trying to pick up like a rockling or something, like a pouting, a whiting or something. The tide's in full flood now. So when I was using these leads with no grips, just rolling them, and I brought one in and it rolled, it covered like good. Oh, there's a fish. What was I just saying? Oh, I tell you what, she is a lump. That is a big thornback. Oh. It's got a full belly as well. That is a cracking ray. What was I just saying? I just saying the bites had dried up. Just goes to show you never can tell. It's she fought well then. I don't know, I'd probably say 8 to 10 pound maybe. She's probably swallowed that bait though, unfortunately. I'll get her unhooked and get her in a rock pool and get a weight on her and we'll have a proper look at her. I don't know if you can see there. Perfect, 10.7 pounds. It's heavier than I thought it was. 10.7, which makes it £10.11. What a cracker, I'm absolutely made up with her. What a beauty. Just stonking it, Ray. And there was the bait. It actually swallowed it quite well. It's a trick that I learned a while ago. That when they swallow them, instead of cutting them off deep, what I'll do is I'll get a float like this, something solid, and if you can kind of tease it into its mouth so it can't bite down like that, and all you do is you just kind of ease your finger in there and try and hook the hook out. If it goes too further than down here, you can't do it. If you can see the hook, sometimes you just need to just put her down. It was that bottom hook there like that, and all I did was I kind of teased my finger down. Imagine that was hooked. If you tease your finger down like that, you can get all the bends, you can sometimes turn it out. What a beauty. Right, well, that was great. I'm absolutely made up with that ray. That's my PB short caught ray, and it couldn't have come. It couldn't have come at a better time. Literally, I was just thinking about packing up. Now, the rock pool I had it in, it's actually spat up. I don't know if you can see these. Look. Loads and loads of crabs. This one's actually a little peeler crab, but that's a leg off one of the other ones. Spat up like 3 or 4 crabs, so it would have actually weighed a bit more. And it goes to show what they've been eating. They were on the ground, rooting about eating crabs. I was going to say that there's 2 types of bites you're looking for when you're looking for ray bite. Generally, it's like a slack line bite, or it's a positive bite. That means it's either like that one, it hoops over, which means that it picked the bait up and it moved. Coincidentally, that was on the grip lead, and I'd literally just cast it out 5 minutes sooner, 5 minutes previous. So I was made up that I'd made the change. A slack line bite is when it picks it up and it comes towards you, and a positive bite is when it picks it up and goes away from you, like that then, when it picked it up and broke the lead off. Sorry, I'm just having to keep an eye on them, because if we get another positive bite like that, could have taken the rod into the water if I wasn't watching. Fish today from low tide, it's just coming up to high tide now. What about 4 3/4 hours? It'll be 5 hours by the time we finish, 5 hours of the flood. To start with, fish with float. Just on, I'm just picking all the little bits of bait off my rigs now. Just a very simple 2-down rig, like that. And I scraped around and got some mussels and some limpets and baited it up. And Lizzie had a cracking ballon wrasse. It was about 3.5 pounds, something like that. And then we fished floats with belly strips of mackerel for garfish and mackerel. I'd have got a fucking idiot. there's anybody watching who's a kayak angler, please do me a favour. The next time you're kayaking along the shore and there's someone fishing from the shore, don't paddle along right on top of all my lines, because that same woman there caught me when she was going the other way. I mean, I'm all for, yeah, she's got as much right to be here as I have, but you don't see me casting at her the same way that if she knows that I'm fishing here, she can see me. She saw me as she come past. Just show a little bit of common courtesy. Anyway, rant over. Yep, just a 2-down rig with size 6 bait holder up, so. We've had plenty of mackerel. I think we've had probably 7 or 8 mackerel. All been quite small. I kept 3 for bait. Let the rest go. I've had a couple of little garfish. And missed that bite early on that I'm pretty sure was a bullus. And saved it with that thornback ray. So I'm absolutely over the moon. Fresh mackerel fillet as well. Right. When I'm breaking my rigs down at the end, what I tend to do, I mean, these are quite long on here. These are nearly 5 foot. Because this is the area which sees the most wear. From there to the hook. Crabs, fish's teeth, anything like that. What I usually do at the end of the day is I just snip it. I just take the last 4 or 5 inches off. Not only is it easier to get your baits off, but look at that line there. Where I've been wrapping that up as a pennel, it's kinked it all. And if you can see here, it's all been rubbed up by that raised teeth. Get rid of this last little bit. And there, look. How easy was that? No fighting with bait elastic. No. And all you do is you just tie it back on, put it on a winder, ready for next time. You should always check your hook lengths, because if there's any imperfections, any roughness in them, and you catch a good fish, there's every good chance that it might snap you off, and you'll be absolutely wounded. Well, if I get another fish in the time it takes me to pack up, I'll show you that. If not, I hope you've enjoyed it. There's been a few tips in here to show you that when you can come, you just mix it up a bit. I've had wrasse, garfish, mackerel, thornback ray. I'll never come and just do one thing. I'll never just come and fish on the bottom with like big baits. I'll always have a scratching bait. If something's not working, change it up a little bit. Just keep your options up. If we'd come today and we'd just been fishing for rays, we wouldn't have caught anything until 10 minutes ago. Instead we've had like a dozen other fish. Just had another real good bite on the right hand side there. With rays, what you've got to do is you've got to let them take the bait. So unless we're running, it could just be that it's just found it, it's just sat on it, it's just moved around. If they haven't got any hands, they'll be moving around and maybe manoeuvring the bait around in the mouth. Yeah, that was a great bite. This is the most difficult part, is letting a bite develop. Slacken the line right up. I'm going to hit that one. Well, just as we're packing up, that one's only just caught in the scissors. Pop that out. There you go. Same again. Fresh mackerel, 4-row pennels. There you go. That was just my up and over rig with a 6-ounce grip lead on. 4.5 feet. This one's got a lot of attitude. Look at him, he's going for it. You can tell this is a male because of these. These are called claspers. He's actually covered in little black spots. And he's incredibly thorny. Look at him trying to mace me with that tail. I don't know if you can see all them thorns on his cheeks. Oh, he's going for it, isn't he? It's a really aggressive one, this one. This one's a lot smaller, this one's half the size. Maybe £5. But fantastic way to finish. Yeah, both of them were on fresh mackerel that I've caught just down here, and they were on the one with the grip lead. So, just sticking down in this rock pool. Perfect way to end. Give her a couple of photos and give her up scale. But like I say, I reckon he's about £5. Oh yeah, well that was it. You saw it. I was saying it was just like a little trembling knocking. It was just as it was positioning itself on the bait, and then when it comes slack, I knew that he'd pick the bait up and it'd come towards him. There you go. Well, I really wasn't expecting that. It's a codling. How about that? There, look. Just mackerel fillet actually taken on the pennel. Look at that, perfect. Tell you what, I couldn't have put money on what that was going to be. What are the chances? Literally just turned the camera off. I'm talking about this guy, and the rod went with this one. That was a real positive bite. So 2 rods, 2 rigs, 2 fish. Fantastic. Put this guy back in rock pool and get him weighed eventually. And this guy's only small. I'm going to let him go. A lot of people wouldn't agree with that, because you would get a nice fillet off him, but I'm not after it. They're gorgeous fish, innit? Get him sat in a rock pool with him and then we'll get him put back. This guy's already well ready to go back. Was he? Well, this is actually this is the sign off. Finished signing off and was talking about it, and then one rod went and another one went, and I've had like a mad half an hour. I'm really glad that we stuck it out until nearly high water. We're about 3/4 of an hour away from high water now, and we've had the 3 best fish in the last 3/4 of an hour. That thornback ray, that big one, it's a PB short-caught ray, so I'm absolutely over the moon. And then thought I'd get a bait straight back out again. And we had a slack line bite on one and a positive bite on the other. little male thornback that just come in just over £5, and we had like a little 3.5 pound codling as well. Yeah, cracking. You had a good time, didn't you? You had a ball and wrasse early on, didn't you?
Yeah.
A few mackerel. Yeah, I hope there's been some good hints, some tips, give you some ideas, and we'll see you next time.